I've found a way to simplify radicals using your calculator. So what we were doing before was, let's take, for example, square root of 18. We were saying, well, okay, is there a perfect square factor of 18? Which there is, it's 9. So we were saying square root of 18 is equal to the square root of 9 times the square root of 2. And the square root of 9 is 3. So we get 3 times the square root of 2. Now you can do this on your calculator, you can check this on your calculator. What you're going to do is you're going to go to y equals, and you're going to put what's under your square root, so 18, and divide that by x squared. Then go to your table, so second graph. What you're looking for is a pair of whole numbers, and you're going to choose the pair where y1 is as close to 1 as possible. So here we end up getting in the x column 3 and in the y column 2. So what's in the x column is going to be your coefficient, so 3, and what's in the y1 column is going to be what's under the square root, so 3 times the square root of 2. If we check that, we can put in square root of 18, and then we can do 3 times the square root of 2. And what you'll see is you'll get the same answer for that. Let's try it for the square root of 75. So if I go to y equals, and I do 75 over x squared, I can go to my table, and what I'm looking for is the pair of whole numbers where y1 is as close to 1 as possible. So I'm going to keep going, and my closest pair of whole numbers is 5 and 3. So the answer is going to be 5 times the square root of 3. We can check that. And we get the same number for 5 times the square root of 3 and square root of 75. Let's look at the square root of 200. So I'm going to do 200 over x squared. I'm going to go to my table. Now you're going to see there are multiple whole numbers that work for this, but we want to go to the one that's closest to 1. And so that's going to be 10 times the square root of 2. So here you're going to get 10 times the square root of 2. And because there's a negative here, we're going to put a negative out here. Okay, if there are no perfect square factors, so let's just take square root of 13, for example. So I don't need the square root. I need to do 13 over x squared. What you'll see is that there are going to be no whole number factors other than 1 and 13. Once you get below 1, you can stop. There are going to be no perfect square factors of 13, and so the square root of 13 is in its simplest form. So that's how you can use your calculator to really quickly and easily simplify radicals.